What's up, guys? You're back with Jer Bear, and today we're riding down the John Marshall Highway out here in Northern Virginia. Now, I'm sure everybody probably has their little local routes that they like to ride whenever you don't really have too much time and you just want to get out on your bike. And this one's mine. And I really enjoy this particular route because I feel like the bike really shines in this area where you're out, elevation changes, turns, running at a decent speed. You don't really have the opportunity to get battered around by the wind too much and all this kind of stuff. Really makes for a nice trip as far as I'm concerned. Now, today I wanted to do a little mod talk with you guys, a little shop talk as it were. And today's topic is going to be the VS800 exhaust. So, my bike specifically is whisper quiet. And I mean whisper quiet. I usually can't hear my engine over wind noise. Once I get to roughly like maybe 55, 60 miles per hour in general, it just basically all blends together. Now, I understand there's a lot of people out there that really like the stock exhaust. You want a quieter setup because you're riding a long way every day, and the extra sound just kind of takes it out of you, it gives you a headache or whatever, and I get that, man. You know, exhaust, no matter what it's on, tends to be a personal preference thing. And as far as I'm concerned, I really like loud, rumbly engines, no matter if it's on a car or a truck or a motorcycle or a boat. It doesn't matter. If it's got an engine, I want to hear some loud rumblies personally, but that's just my particular style. But even aside from just liking to hear engine noise and, you know, all the associated stuff with that, there's also the safety factor in my mind, because I know as I'm driving down the road in my car, I tend to hear a motorcycle before I see them if they're ahead or behind me and there's any traffic involved or any of that stuff. I mean, I'm looking ahead, scanning for potential threats to people, you know, people slamming on their brakes, whatever threats to me. But whenever there's a bike rolling up on my tail and I hear him, now I know to pay a little extra attention for that guy whenever he's going to be looking to make a lane change or a pass, or whenever I'm doing the same myself. You know, whether it's he's in front of me, I need to watch this guy's back, and, you know, what if he loses control of his bike or he goes down or something? I want to make sure I can react to that, and it just kind of alerts me to the fact that a rider's present in general. We all got to watch each other's backs, you know. So on my bike, being as quiet as it is, I know there's no way that people in cars can hear me. I mean, if I can't hear it myself and I'm sitting on top of the engine, how are they possibly going to hear me themselves? They're just probably not, especially as they are lip syncing Wrecking Ball and checking their Facebook status and all that kind of stuff. They're probably not even aware that I'm even in the planet unless they get a direct visual of me. You know, I can try to honk my horn, but it is a pathetic little thing. I mean, I'll give it a shot real quick. Did you guys even hear that? I did, but then again, I knew I was doing it. I doubt this guy in the truck ahead of me knows I was honking at him. He probably thought that he got a notification on his phone that he got a new text or something like that. So there's a lot of different ways we can go about trying to make sure that we have a little bit of extra noise on this bike, and one of those ways is the Dr. Bob's exhaust modification method. Basically, with that, you go in with a 1/2-inch drill bit, you drill a few holes into the stock baffles, and that in turn gives you more sound, better throttle response, and a little bit more high-end power, supposedly. You can do that. You can also go with buying an aftermarket slip-on of some type. There's all kinds to choose from. You got like the Vance & Hines, you got the Mac, you got the Cobra. I mean, the list goes on. And you can get anything from just a slip-on muffler to, you know, a 2-on-1 type of system. I mean, really, it's pick your own poison on that one. Another way you can go is to, something hit me in the leg and that sucked. Another way you can go is to just completely remove the baffle out of the stock application. But I hear that while that makes it really loud, it also is a thin noise that really isn't too pleasant to most ears. But, you know, like I said, it's a personal preference. So no matter what you do, whether you run, you know, you take your own baffles out of your stock setup, whether you run a drag pipe setup that doesn't have baffles, you're probably not going to have a good time with your bike in terms of daily driving situations unless you are making other mods to supplement that and to kind of like back that up. because the engine on these bikes runs off of back pressure for the most part. So if you're running a straight through design, you're not getting any back pressure, you're going to lose power in all but a complete full-on sprint application. Now, if you're doing that on purpose because you got some other mod set up, then you know more than me, man, and I'm sure that it'll probably work out for you if you take the proper precautions. But if you're just looking to switch out the exhaust and that's all, it's probably not going to go too well. Get some back pressure, get some popping with slowing down, and all that kind of stuff. It just isn't good. What am I trying to say? English. It's not going to run as smooth as it would as if you had some baffles in there, and the bike is just going to suffer a little bit and probably backfire a little bit as well. So for me, I think I'm probably either going to go with the drill out method of drilling the Dr. Bob holes in there, or I'm going to select a baffled application for my exhaust, and I really am leaning towards the slip-ons in general. Now, I can't lie, the Dr. Bob method does sound pretty good because, well, it's only as expensive as a 1/2-inch drill bit. I mean, that sounds good, but the thing is that if I do it and I mess it up, or if I do it and it's not loud enough and all this kind of stuff, then I'm kind of stuck with it versus, you know, just going ahead and spending the money and testing it out that way. Well, guys, I appreciate you riding with me this afternoon, and I hope that you had a good time. If you like this video, make sure to go ahead and like it down below. And if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you down below as well in the comment area. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please go ahead and do so, as I'm going to have lots more bike content coming out in the very near future, and you're not going to want to miss that, because if you do, how will you ever forgive yourself? I can't even begin to guess that one, but I know you're probably going to be pretty sad. What's up, dude? So, with that being said, ride safely out there, guys. Have a good time, and I'll see you at the finish line.